Okay. We are here. We're
All
live
right.
with the Paulie Wizwit, the man, the myth, the legend. He's been hustling his rear end off. He's been doing big things. So, welcome, Paulie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Tandy. I was just getting mystified over there by flying through the clouds. I don't know. I was waiting, looking. Felt like I was on a magic carpet ride or something like that, like
I
Aladdin
mean, we could
over here.
maybe just put that back
Where's the
on and
genie?
just we could just spend the rest of the time looking at that video. That's one option.
We could always cut to it whenever I get boring. Just cut to the clouds. We could liven it up a little bit with clouds instead of listening to me over here with this dumb accent for another hour. How many live people we got over here want to listen to this? Listen, I'll yell out happy birthdays. I'll leave you voicemails if you want. Just put it in the comments below. Whatever you want this voice on, I'll just throw it out there. Alarm clocks. It could be fun waking up to, hey, what are you doing in bed? Get up. Everybody needs a
Hey,
little kickstart in the morning.
you should try it. You never know. That could be a nice little side business.
Yeah. Well, all right. We could see. I might get AI'd out of the business, but we'll give it a shot. You never
Yeah,
know.
that's true. That's true. But
Nowadays,
speaking
voiceover work
speaking
looks like one of the last things.
no. But I feel like you might have one of the professions that are less likely to get AI'd out, right? I mean, you're still working for ESPN and you're doing like what exactly you do for ESPN actually?
Yeah, I'm an audio engineer there, so pretty much worked there for at least 8 years. Been in the business doing a bunch of stuff in the entertainment world, production team, basically different roles that I've stage managed. I've run audio, production coordinated. Just been involved in the entertainment industry, and the last 8 years have been sports. Luckily, something that I can relate to and I enjoy. But before that, I've done plenty of other stuff. I've done travel and food shows. That was also good. I also enjoy food, so that was fun being at festivals. Was also doing fashion stuff. I'm very fashionable here, so you could
I can
tell how
see it. I
excited
can
I
see
was for
that.
that. You could see being on the red carpet, learning all about, let's see, ox blood being the Pantone color of the year.
Oh,
I didn't even know there was a color. I thought it was just burgundy, but I guess not. Look, there's that world too we could talk about. So you didn't know we were going into the fashion stuff here today. So just preparing you. This conversation could go anywhere.
hey, that's what this is all about. We don't need to do the predictable. We can talk about ox blood. We can look at clouds. We can do anything.
Right.
It's totally fair game.
Awesome.
Um, but that's interesting. So yeah, I think people are probably curious about like what that's like to be close to the sports personalities. How much of it is the case where they say don't meet your heroes, don't meet the people that you think are special, and how much of it are actually like pretty friendly, kind people?
No, I would say that's I'm not as far as you want to go on the percentages. I don't believe in that. Don't meet your heroes because it's kind of just whatever it is. It is. You're still gonna appreciate them in something that you've watched them in or enjoyed them in, movies, shows, whether they were performing or an athlete. I think on the whole, there's always good experiences. Pretty much. I'm sure everybody, because of perception, that might think, oh, these people are larger than life. Some people, if you handle things with discretion, obviously, I think you'll get a good result on a whole. Obviously, if you're going above and beyond, to be annoying or something like that, that's for anything. That goes for anywhere in life. You could be the guy next to you on the subway. If you're annoying them, you're not going to get a good first impression, I'm sure. So I would say though, with the athletes and they're really what's great about it is that they're team players. Obviously, if they have reached the height of becoming a professional athlete, they know how to play amongst others. So I would say a lot of them are just great amongst the fans, great against community, and know what it takes to just work together, which is what some of the fun is. It's just kind of that every day they're coming in and they treat everyone like a team, which is nice, and it's kind of a lesson I think to take just in general, where it's you have a bunch of people working at anything. It's bringing drama into the equation, or going around each other doing something that is just not including of everyone, is kind of just works against each other at times. But I think with the athletes, it's a little bit of that they know everyone is there doing something and everyone's important. So that's my general note over the last years of doing this.
Okay, that's interesting. I also wanted to know, like, who wears entirely too much aftershave?
Aftershave. Let's see. It's is there such a thing as too much aftershave? Because listen, if they're dousing themselves to smell good, maybe there's something there that they're trying to make up for. So, in
Mm,
my opinion, I'd rather smell aftershave than smell something else.
yeah,
So, whatever
funk. You want
the
to smell the funk.
right. So, the more the better. You know what I mean? If you feel like you need it, put a little extra dose. If you're like, maybe I put this one spray, do two. You're better off doing the second.
That's an interesting take. I feel like sometimes people go overboard and it's actually like suffocating. Have you ever like sat next to, I mean, even someone on the subway? You ever sat next to someone on the subway? The aftershave is just like really coming off them. You feel like your eyes start to water.
Yeah, but you know what? Listen, being on the subway, that's not the worst smell in the city or the subway. So I'd rather take the worst aftershave you can find than any other stuff coming out of the sewer grates or around the dark corners of Manhattan. So give it to me. Give that to me anytime. You could always, at least it's something of that has a tone of pleasantry until it becomes too much. But there's some stuff that is just you ain't smelling nothing pleasant the entire time. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's really not that, but there's always ways to move. The doors open up, the smell goes out. Just hold on a minute.
That's true. And I'm sure you know the tricks of the trade. Like a subway comes, the car is empty. That is a bad sign. A car being empty
Oh
means you
yeah,
don't go in that car. I feel like
yeah.
most people would see an empty car when all the other cars are full. They think, "Oh, it's my lucky day." But not the case, is it?
No, listen. That is true. If it's your first time in Manhattan and you're seeing 20 empty seats and all the other cars are packed, there's obviously something in there that nobody else wants to attend to. So it is a good general tip for those tourists popping into Manhattan after you're taking your photos in Times Square. You go down in a hole in the ground. Don't take that car that's completely empty. There's usually a surprise in there that no one else is enjoying. So definitely one of the good rules of thumb. You got a bunch. You got obviously don't stand in the street. Try hailing down a cab or any of that stuff, because sometimes they're not looking at the street. They're looking at their phone or looking elsewhere. So stand on the curb. Don't just walk in, and watch out for them bike lanes, because those bike lanes all over the city. That's another warning. You just step off the curb and you don't realize that there's scooters and cars and delivery guys going about 70 miles an hour on something with or without a helmet. So it's like that's another thing that you don't hear them coming like you would a post office truck, but these things are flying and zipping around. So just stay on the curbs and stay on the sidewalks, because stepping off is more of a danger than anything in the city.
Yeah, I feel like people are getting a pretty good education here. But no, it's true. And going back to what you said about being like a good team player and sort of being a generally kind person on the whole, I think is how you put it. But
Be nice. Come on. What are we trying to do? You're here once on this earth. Be nice. There's other, everybody's got their own reasoning, but try it out. It's not the worst thing.
that's true. But I actually just saw before we jumped on this call that you actually just had a interview on your show. What do you collect? And you got
Yes.
Tony Reali and Gary Vaynerchuk. Those are two big gets over there.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. We just pushed that out today, and we'll continuing to hit social with that episode. What do you collect podcast.com, and collecting and connecting YouTube channel. That's where you could find the What Do You Collect show here that I got started this year, and just trying to keep growing the conversation of collectibles. It's just something I think that it's becoming more of a stake in society and into what we do. Gary's, fully a believer of that. And, so is Tony. Obviously, just touched so many collectors, sports fans over the years on ESPN, how many people in the 20 to 40 year old range know, hey, I used to come home from school and turn on Around the Horn, and this show was always something that was on. It's just a fixture of many of us of our generation. So I just thought it would be great to put the two of them together, just two positive looking guys that just really know how to reach community and reach out to people, speak well, and just get the message out there that to be nice in a way. It's the same thing we're talking about. They're two legends, good people, and what they're doing and anything that they do. I back as a fan and just think it's great. So. It's been fun, so I hope everybody check out that episode. It's just a good listen, some interesting stuff as I try to put on the podcast, not just advertisements and not just blasting away at one thing. It's just kind of like let's hear about collecting and why you collect things and just some fun stories growing up. What got you into say, okay, you know what, I collect stickers, I collect bottle caps, I collect pogs back in the day, trolls, whatever it is. Why'd you do it? Why do you still do it? And then you see some of these crazes going on today where it's like it's just dipping back into that nostalgia. These little boo-boo dolls, is this basically the new troll, which was from 20 years ago? It's just another thing that keeps repeating itself. So the cycle of collecting, and I think it's just interesting, and it's just a ton of fun to hear everybody's stories, So
What do you think about those Labubu dolls? I actually saw Gary on his social. He was talking about something about how he was trying to like reverse engineer, figure out why Labubu dolls became what they are. I don't know too much about Labubu dolls.
Yeah, I'm not an expert, I would say, but I think it's just it's the fun of, I think, unboxing and kind of just the surprise effect to what you get. And I think everybody likes that. You know what I mean? It's like something that maybe that was geared, towards a younger generation. Maybe you say like, all right, kids like these Kinder Surprises, these chocolates with toys in them, and you bought cereal because there was a box and something was shoved in there. Not every kid just loved Cocoa Krispies, but if you shove a Fred Flintstone toy in there, all right, wait a minute, I think I want these Cocoa Krispies instead of something else because it came with a surprise. And I think it's kind of what's social media and what we're at today is just kind of evolving into what I can show and what I can tell about. And I think that's become something amongst the older or generation, that 18 and up. And it even relates to the younger generation as it always did. But I think the grown-ups are now feeling like, all right, I could do this with a Labubu doll because it isn't like me taking out like a Disney toy or something that's just geared towards children. This is geared towards adults, so this is cool, and that's it. I want one too, and I want to see which one I get. Do I get a rare one? Do I get a green one? A pink one? It's just kind of that surprise element. And with social media, I think it's just the next step as far as like you got instant content with it. You know what I mean? It's like I could sit here and open up surprise stuff. Most people are going to be interested in just watching to see what it is. If I'm, opening a pack of cards right now, you might be like, oh, wait, let me stick on and watch and see what's inside. I mean, it's just, I think that instant craze is just something that generates it even further.
Kind of makes me think we're like a bunch of chimpanzees or something.
You cut out there a little bit. What are you saying? It kind of makes you think what?
I said it makes me think we're kind of like a bunch of chimpanzees.
Oh, all right. Listen, I mean, it might bring us down to a primal, instinct. But I mean, what's to say we're not? You know what I mean? What's to say that we like just something without thinking is wrong and it's not who we are? I mean, listen, there's plenty of stuff out there that we could all say like, hey, I watched this show because it's late at night and I can't sit there and start figuring out plot lines and character names. Just give me something like that's just fun. You know what I mean? So you do that as well. You know what I mean? It's like putting Adult Swim on at night. You're not tuning in for the the multiple storylines and really digging into a 10-star script. You just want to see some.
That is true. That is true. I feel like my lovely internet connection is crapping the bed again, by the way. So hopefully you don't completely lose me now. But I'll just keep talking and then eventually it'll reach you and eventually you'll catch on. But something I wanted to talk about next though, Paulie, is like you are very much involved with interviewing people all across the digital collectible space. I see that you've had people on from Candy. Obviously, you're very involved with Top Shot. I think you, if I'm not mistaken, you've had big time collectors from Panini. So I'm curious, as the way that you are completely dialed in right now, like what are some trends? What are some things that you are seeing right now that you're enjoying or that have you excited? And how do you just gauge like the temperature of sports NFTs or sports digital collectibles right now compared to what we were looking at over the last few years?
I like what the industry as a whole is has going on, and I like what 2021, since just everybody pretty much knows about the COVID boom as far as buying packs, selling from home, as these apps like Whatnot have become so big, and now eBay has eBay Live. It's kind of just shows you going through numbers and analytics. This is catching on. I mean, people are live streaming, basically taking things like the Home Shopping Network from years ago, and doing this live. And it's what are they selling mostly? It's a bunch of stuff from your house or what you have, but it's also a lot of collectibles, and it's a lot of things where it's a big dose of the categories that are on there is stuff that people collect. They just they want to hold it. Maybe they're buying it as an investment. And I think there's room for everything in this because it's so vast. It's like saying, well, music is catching on, but it's like, okay, there's how many different styles and genres you want to listen to. So I think, yes, there's a home for digital, a home for physical, a home for memorabilia, and nothing seems to be stopping it. Even if there's crazy stories that come out or bad press or something of, oh, this autograph isn't authentic. Well, it's just information. And it's just, I think, like you take that and then it's okay. I'm going to use this as a little bit of knowledge towards my future purchases. So now I kind of have an idea of what I should do better instead of just maybe trusting any seller that's listing an autograph. People are gaining knowledge, but they're not quitting it. They're just kind of diverting or kind of finding their avenues with what they like and where do they want to go. And the one thing I think that always separates the digital collectibles is the communities, and it's that in real life stuff that comes along with collecting and the digital communities that you're jumping into a Discord, you're on you tweet about something with a hashtag, and now everybody who follows that brand of NFT or something, that your voice is getting to everyone in that community that is dialed in daily. So that really doesn't translate fully to a physical card world, unless it's like you have like the Pokemon crates where you have like around me and in the East Coast. I'm sure it's obviously, I know there's places throughout the United States and the world that are having Pokemon collector stores where they're going in. The kids are coming out with their briefcases, taking out their cards, they're playing. It's all ages. So this is something that I feel like society is, really adapting to. And it's just, what avenue do you like, and that's why I find these stories of what do you collect so cool, because you get to see why. Because maybe for years you're like, I never collected Pokemon, I'm not doing this stuff now. But you never know, things change. You're around some kids that have it, and you're like, you know what? I watch this kid all day. You learn a little bit about Pokemon, so they're not, screaming their head off for the next 6 hours while Uncle Tandy's playing babysitter. So, basically you just you learn along and you find the fun of it. And I'm sure if you listen to why the kids are really into it and playing, now all of a sudden you might be tuned into it, and now you're out there buying and ripping packs with them. It's just the fun of, I think, don't shut off that I just buy this, I only buy that, because collecting evolves, and it's kind of just like, well, as a kid, depending on what you collected, I'm sure you evolved from that, and you've tried other things over the years. And that's just kind of what I'm seeing is like in the collecting world now. It's just that there's so many more things, and those communities are growing even further and further than they ever have been, really.
So it seems like your view of collecting is a lot more, I guess, wholesome and kind of like intrinsic for the love of the game, and not really it's not really so much on like the speculation side. I mean, because I think one of the hottest stories and right now, and obviously it's natural that people are talking about this, especially because of a lot of, the majority of the people here experienced how Top Shot exploded on the scene. And the story of the Panini NFTs is really interesting just because of how, I mean, I went over this last week, but when they appeared on the scene, there wasn't really a lot of hubbub at all. And all of a sudden, out of seemingly nowhere, a few whales show up, and all of a sudden we're seeing crazy pricing over there. Um, do you ever think about that side of collecting, about the speculative side, or are you not as interested in that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's always things that you want to purchase for, you say, okay, this is cool. If I bought, a lot of, as myself at the moment. Hold on. Let's see
Come
what we
on,
got.
take the Labubu out. Open the Labubu with us.
There ain't no little boo boo over here, but I happen to be a Giants fan, and decided to say, you know what, I'm going to get a Jackson Dart autograph rookie card. He may come out, he might, throw 9 interceptions this weekend, but you know what I said? I'm a fan of the Giants. I'm a fan of this kid. Let's see what goes on. So I mean, all right, this isn't just buying. This is also buying for the sake of, okay, this could be 3 times, 4 times the price in the future. So I mean, let me, get it now, and get something that I have an interest in. So I think if you're just solely in this for profit, you're not looking at anything with a fan's eye. But there's sometimes like a purchase like that is a half and half. You know what I mean? You're kind of half invested, but half like, all right, I could wait for this guy to be popular, but maybe I want to buy it before it blows up, or I'm just going to sink $200 down to $25 in a few years when nothing happens. But you don't know. So I think it's kind of like, I also make purchases based on the worth and the value of stuff. But it's also, I feel like you can't get too upset at this kind of thing. It's like some people take it to, I don't know, if you feel like that, if you make a purchase and it didn't do well, you're going to jump on the company, you're going to jump on the brand, you're going to jump on whatever it is. And it comes down to a sense of like, no one's forcing you to buy any of this stuff. It's like, you can't get upset necessarily if you feel like, all right, this is something that I'm investing in, I'm putting in, my funds, and I want to see some return. Like anything, I mean, how many, stocks are out there, or how many people play the market? I mean, there's always factors and things that you're going to say, that's it, I lost money, I'm done with this thing. But with collecting, I think it always comes along with something different, because it's just not monetary. There is still an item. You're not investing in just a performance of a company. So I feel like you still, if you have a problem to say like you're emotionally going to be upset about it if it fails, buy something that you still have an attachment to, because then no matter what, hey, still what I got, still this becomes, a Giants quarterback autograph rookie card. Whatever he does, I'm a fan of the Giants, and I'm going to be a fan of this card. You know what I mean? So it's something that I say like, well, you still, if you do something because you care about it a little bit, and then you might include a profit strategy with it, then it's a win-win in a sense. Even if you're losing money, you're still winning because you still got something out of the deal.
Yeah, I think it probably ties into where do you feel like emotionally level and where do you not? Where when you buy something are you really like refreshing that F5ing that page every day, making sure you're still in profit? That's probably your danger zone. That's probably when you know that you're in a little bit of a trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I hear what you're saying there. But it's interesting though, because somebody right here Yeah, Top Shot Hotshot said he has sold $200 of Panini cards today alone. The prices are really climbing fast. I mean,
Mhm.
and that shows you that you can potentially try to play these like markets. And I think that that is a very attractive thing for a lot of people. But I think that if you are treating it more like the way you're treating that rookie card, you're probably going to sleep a little better at night.
Right. I think that's what I mean. Like there's something for everybody there. It's kind of there's definitely profit if people are looking at this as just okay, what do I put my money in? But if you really study it and you're really gonna put money into something, there's always something that pops in every market, pretty much, unless it's something that's totally dead. But as I've been buying packs and digitally, physically on most of the platforms that are out there, and I enjoy all of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep buying packs there and products that I like. I like the look of Panini stuff for certain cards and players. Candy.io does some great stuff with comics and digital comics and MLB licensed video. I mean, that's what some of the awesome factors are, where it's like your passions are out there in digital sense and in physical, and it's up to you what you prefer, because it's like physical stuff, yes, there's grading involved. Do you care about that? You know what I mean? Or do you just say, like myself, I just got this autograph rookie card, I really don't care what it grades. You know what I mean? To me, it's like I just wanted one, and whatever it is, I'm cool with it. But some people obviously adjust for profit. You have Top Shot with these Wave 1 packs, I think, that are up to what, $400 for these heroes. I mean,
So I
what
thought
was this, a $30 pack?
that's actually a nice segue. I wanted to share that real quick. So we got these packs right here. This pack right here, Run It Back 1970s hit pack. This is a rare pack. The lowest ask right now is 340.
You're dipping over there, but I don't know if my feet's still going out. So I'll just keep talking until you come back. So, yes, we got some Run It Back hit packs. These things came out at $29 a pack. And from there was 3 waves, which I thought was real cool. The waves on this was just a lot of fun, because it's not just dumping all the cards at once. I think the waves were pretty cool, because it's kind of slowly putting the supply out there. And that's kind of a big thing, because depending on the time of day, you might have been busy. And if you were busy at the time and you missed wave 1, hold on, your odds would be increasing with wave 2 on getting an ultimate again, or getting a legendary that maybe you wanted. So I enjoyed the wave release of this, just kind of putting out 3 different drop times for those packs. So I found that also to be interesting.
All right, so hopefully I'm back, and hopefully you can
Oh,
see me and see my
yes,
screen.
you are back.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I swear, my internet seems to crap out at this time. It's only when I'm streaming. I don't know what's going on, but
I
anyway.
think I think I talked too fast. I'm overloading the system over here.
I think so. Uh, anyway, so I think Metz is in here saying like he really liked your video with Gary. He says your video with Gary V was outstanding.
Awesome. I'm gonna repost. I'm gonna repost our live stream out here right now at the moment. But I appreciate that. Thanks so much for tuning into it. Just want to tell some fun stories. If you take a look at that episode, I don't know if you've seen them all, or obviously go back and take a look at some others. I try to tell an interesting story as much as I can to see what collectors find interesting. So to me, it's just kind of something that I don't want to just give like a quick advertisement to buy this, buy that. I really feel like if I'm limited on time, sure, I'm going to shout something out. But these episodes are really giving me a chance to sit down and dive a little deeper into that, to find out, some nostalgia, some interesting stories. They're really two legends. Very lucky to get them together. Took some time and planning for months, but we got it together, and I just love the V Friends. If you guys take a look at that community, if you're into gaming, it's just so cool with a positivity vibe to it. That I think it's really good for children. It's really good just to just have fun. To me, it kind of brings that old school family game night mentality to a trading card game, where maybe everyone's busy, you don't have time to really sit there and play Monopoly for 7 hours, or some of these other games that would just take forever. So this is a quick way to say, like, all right, if your kid's into it and his friends are into it and her friends are into it, there's just fun characters that they can all play, and it's something with a good message. You have like pleasant platypus, you have kind warrior. They're just some characters that are just like really. I got an NFT of tolerant tuna, and also have the physical card to that. But it's just cool. It's just I think it's very neat, and it's something that it's already has Topps Chrome, packs that are out there, so you can get the physical stuff, locally, and the packs are there's another good investment, because those boxes, whatever you purchase them at, some are going for double right out of the gate, just because of the limited supply of them. So you can get Steph Curry autograph in them, as they did a partnership with these manga super stickers, and that's basically limited amounts. Some limited 1 of 1s, some limited to 10. There's different parallels where Steph Curry, has autographed some of them, and he's also featured on these cards with their characters. So it's just really something neat that has combined those two worlds, where I think if you could say, hey, you got a crossover here, and it's something that kind of the parents are interested in just as much as the kids that are into it. So it's something neat, and I think it was great to kind of explore that and kind of hear a little bit of Gary's backstory on it.
Very cool. And yeah, Gary is obviously a hustler. I mean, I still don't know if I can ever forgive him for me buying like 30 of his books, but we'll have to forget. We're just gonna have to forgive and forget.
Yeah.
Um
I mean, look. I mean, it's like I said, it's like the investment stuff. You're buying it. I mean, it's it's your investment there. But there's plenty of stuff I think that you could take as from a lot of stuff that he's out there and spreading the word on. There's a lot of good advice and a lot of good that could, if you're looking for direction. Obviously, I always think to look with someone who has success in what you have interest in. And then you can kind of, listen to them and their advice, and you take from it what what you want and what you need and what you think is important. You don't always got to finish the whole plate in front of you. Sometimes you just want the meat and potatoes. You're leaving the green stuff. I mean, it's fine. As long as you're full, that's all that matters.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so this guy in the chat, Power Duster's asking, is this dude the new mafia director of the FCC? I don't know. Is there a mafia director of the FCC?
Look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you tell me. A mafia involved with the FCC? Look, I don't. I mean, it sounds like a good movie. I mean, maybe we get Martin Scorsese behind this. Maybe if old Marty ain't doing anything, we could fire up a little me playing a mafia FCC coordinator or whatever this dude thinks. I mean, why not? I'll do it. I'll play it in a movie. What am I going to do?
Why don't you tell this to this guy? Can you read this line for him?
We can do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
I normally would say hard, but the character for the film is coming out here a little more. I'm feeling my motivation and my method acting behind that one. So we'll do more. Throw up lines the rest of the day. I'll just make sure you're recording these, because they're one takes. If I'm doing a movie, we're not doing it over and over again. We're gonna do this all in one shot. So that's
it. So Stan wants your take on something. The fist bump. The thing is, I don't have the original fist bump uploaded. I have the Mike Weisberg remix. So I'm gonna have to give you the remix, and you can give us your thoughts on it. Here we go.
All right.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Losing my religion. trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough.
Wow, that was very entertaining. I don't know what I was watching for, but I mean it was very cool. It was very detailed Photoshop work on those cutouts. I mean,
Oh
that
yeah.
was cool. That was definitely some top shot fun right there. I mean, if that doesn't speak to the community that we have here, I mean, I don't know what does. I mean, look at that. Where else you get these in real life events like that to put everybody together? I mean, the Mafia FCC wouldn't shut that down,
Yeah, they would like it. And he also
I think they would
appreciates
like
your impression. He says it's much better than Ted Cruz's impression. I didn't know there was a Ted Cruz impression, but he likes yours better.
You do a Ted Cruz impression? Who does this?
I don't know who does. I mean, doesn't he kind of sound he's very nasally, like speaks through his nose. I've never done like a Ted Cruz impression, but I know he kind of looks like a fat Dracula, and he's kind of like speaks through his nose.
Yeah, all right.
I can't really do it.
Hey, that's great. What was that cartoon that show as a Fat Dracula? It was like Ed Grimsley or something like that.
Yeah,
Remember that
yeah.
show? It was some sort of wacky. This was something. I know it was Martin Short, but there was some sort of chubby Dracula cartoon mixed with like real life stuff with that. This one goes back to. I mean, not many are gonna remember this one. This is an oddball video. Are you trying to find this thing? I don't even know if
I'm trying to find a chubby Dracula.
YouTube might have banned this one. I don't know, but I mean, does that mean he ate a lot of blood if he's chubby, or does he like sandwiches or something on top of the blood? I mean, there's definitely there's got to be some reason why.
I mean, nowadays with AI, you can kind of come up with a chubby Dracula. I could probably even let me see if I could actually get a Ted Cruz chubby Dracula going live. Let's see if we can do the magic.
How about Count Chocula? He was kind of skinny. Count Chocula, he was a string bean. I don't think there was much to him.
No, he was
Dracula Dead and Loving It. That was also a good one. Look at this Halloween themed Tandy episode today. What are we here? Really in the spirit of Halloween.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. See, I told you. Look.
Oh, I don't even. Yeah, that's Grandpa Monster. What are you doing over here? Oh no, that is there and meshed with Ted Cruz. Very nice. All right,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious though that I literally got it on the nose. Like I said, he looks like a chubby Dracula, and I'm literally not the only one. So I think I can go to sleep happy tonight.
That's one of the greats, Al Lewis. Al Lewis, there playing your Grandpa Monster. You were a fan of that stuff back then, or nah? You were like, nah, I'm done. I'm not watching nothing black and white.
Yeah, I have trouble with black and white.
Fan or no?
I'm not a black and white fan. I don't know.
That's it. There goes our Orson Welles conversation for the day. That's it.
I know. I mean, you're in entertainment, so you know how different like directing and editing is from the old days. I feel like I don't even know what sort of substances I need to keep my attention long enough to watch the old movies in black and white where the scene is stuck on like the two actors for literally like 5 minutes at a time. You just don't see that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, when it's in color, you got some movies like that. I mean, you have your your Glengarry Glen Ross. You got your some of your Quentin Tarantino films where it's just a lot of talking going back and forth in one room for a while. But even on a shortened path, you got I Love Lucy over here. There's a black and white show. It's got slapstick involved. You got song, dance. That doesn't wet the whistle over there. That doesn't give you a little say, hey, let's leave this on for a good 25 minutes.
I guess not, but maybe I'm gonna give it another shot. So hold on, we got someone in the chat who wants to hear this Ted Cruz. I don't even know if it's the right video though. That's the thing. We can try. Let's see if we can hear this video together. Did you hear audio?
Dangerous as hell. Those are Ted Cruz's words.
Let's try to find Ted Cruz. He wants
about
this.
Trump's FCC chairman.
No, that's not there. Ted Cruz.
To ABC.
Easy way, hard way.
Or it would be done the hard.
We don't want to hear her saying it. We want to say, where is it?
He threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Nice. Nice. I like this. All right.
We got it. All right. I like that too. That was well done.
I mean, listen, that gets your attention over there. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, he got his point across on that one. I mean, sometimes you got to use a little accent behind it to convey your message, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there like that, You got the bird from Fruit Loops, the toucan, right?
I don't actually remember.
You think they would have sold Fruit Loops without him on the box and not in those commercials?
What was his accent? I'm trying to remember the bird's accent.
That whole follow your nose, all that stuff.
But he talked like that? What was his accent? Was it like a New York accent?
No, not really. I don't know. It was like a talking whatever he was, toucan.
I know he was a talking toucan, but where was this toucan from?
I don't know, from the forest, from some jungle. What do I know? You're asking me the details on some cartoon where he's from?
Well, you're asking.
Dig it up. You're there on the YouTubes. Pull him up. Get that toucan out. We're gonna get behind this. I want to know the animator of that bird. We're gonna find out exactly.
I don't remember a accent. That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, we can bring it up.
Whatever it was like a distinct voice. It's like a lot of things. What do you got? The Noid from Domino's.
Here we go.
Here it is.
It's got to be like an original.
Look, toucan, my bird bot can sniff out fruit flavors just like you. Oh, almost.
Fruit flavors, you ask? My nose was invented for the task.
How's it work?
Just follow my nose. It always knows. Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal with natural fruit flavors. Orange, lemon, cherry, and lots of vitamin C. Part of this complete breakfast. Well,
I'd like to experiment further with Fruit Loops.
And you?
I compute. Need more fruit.
Okay. You know what? You're onto something.
Right?
Because
this
guy, yes, he's refined. He's a refined gentleman bird from the jungle.
Right.
And he's selling you on these Fruit Loops, saying that they contain lots of vitamin C. So I think the idea, if I had to guess, is they have like a very refined toucan who's basically saying like, parents, don't worry that literally we're feeding your kids nothing but high fructose corn syrup in the shape of little O's. I'm a refined gentleman. You can trust me.
Yeah, I think you see what I'm saying. If it wasn't for that accent he got there, I don't know. Fruit Loops would have just looked like some unhealthy Cheerios for years. The people would have just been like, I don't know, what am I feeding this kid? Then you got the British-speaking toucan, and that's it. He's all buttoned up over there. I didn't know there was jungles in London, but this guy came with that accent. And he was very, I think very sophisticated. A sophisticated toucan.
Yeah,
maybe like that. People would, be buying more collectibles.
I think so. I would almost buy anything that a sophisticated toucan told me to buy.
Would you like to buy a card? You like a little collectible?
Yeah,
might interest you in the Jackson dot. I don't know. I'm giving it a shot.
I think that would work. I think it's a good idea. So we got the Power Duster saying, "Is a Top Shot paid ad placement on The Simpsons realistic?" Well, didn't we almost have that? Didn't The Simpsons have an NFT episode that like had basketball collectibles on it? It was almost a Top Shot ad.
Simpsons, yeah. Listen, I haven't been dialed into The Simpsons for some time, but I mean, it has definitely been mentions, and I don't know. There's definitely been billboards up in arenas. There was a commercial with Top Shot and Patrick Mahomes. Definitely some cool stuff over the years. I mean, to say, I would think if you want to talk Top Shot and NFL all day, in the grand scheme of things, this is all fired up in 2021. We're around 5 years of a brand new kind of collectible as it is. It's gonna, I think a lot of people are like, okay, we're gonna get the media out there, and this stuff better blow up and it better become popular. And if it don't do it by tomorrow, that's it. I'm done. It's like, guys, it doesn't. it takes sometimes decades for this stuff and to see exactly where it lands. It depends what you're trying to sell. Obviously, if it's a Roomba and you're there years ago, like, oh God, I hate vacuuming my carpets. This thing came out. Okay, it's a big craze. It's something that there's an immediate need for it. But as collectibles are, there's no need. There's no immediate need where you're like, okay, I'm going to have to get out there and get this thing because my life has been tormented for the last, how many ever decades by a vacuum cleaner that I got to push myself. So this thing came out and it was like, okay, I'm going to go drop $300-400. And then you found out maybe it wasn't the best thing. It just started bouncing around in a corner for a while. I don't know.
I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Have you ever owned a Roomba or a Roomba knockoff?
No, never decided on that. If you got a lot of carpeting, maybe. I got small carpeted areas, so it's like, what am I doing with this thing? And then I'm gonna do it on the hardwood floors. I don't know. My luck, I wake up in the middle of the night, I don't see this damn thing spinning around. Instead of going to the bathroom, I'm going out the front door. I don't know what that thing was gonna do.
See, that's the thing about these Roombas. My friends in Paris, they had a Roomba. But the thing is, you got to take all the furniture off the ground. You got to flip the chairs onto the top of the tables so that Roomba can go and do its work. It seems a little bit. It's almost like more work to use the Roomba.
Oh, look at that! I did hear some. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't really fully know. I did hear though, it's someone with if a pet leaves a pleasant surprise behind. I heard there's not too many good scenarios that come out of that with a Roomba.
Roomba's probably spreading it all like a nice little light layer all across the floor.
Bingo was the dog's name, and bingo, you got it, pal. That's what happens with the Roomba. Late at night, you got a messy kitchen.
Wow, not a pleasant picture.
Look at this, Roombas, Fruit Loops. We're going around here. All right, this is good.
Yeah. Boston Base is asking, did you guys see the giant Mickey Mouse in London? I didn't know about a giant Mickey Mouse in London. Is that a real story?
I don't know. I knew that Disney just coming out with some Topps cards, selling for about $600, $550 a box for Disney Topps Chrome. That's just coming out. But Mickey leaning on Big Ben. You got a little Frozen over there. Disney in London. All right. Let's see. Mickey Mouse. What's he doing? You find out about this or no?
I started looking and then my internet dropped. So I feel like I can't look anymore. Maybe if you want to look, you can go ahead.
See what we got here. Mickey Mouse in London. I mean,
that's actually, what? I should have been doing that. I should have been looking on my phone.
Yeah. Got alternate devices over here.
Man, that's the smart thing.
Well, tell Boston Base to text a little bit about. Send us a link, Boston Base. What are you doing here, Mickey Mouse? You're Mickey Mousing around with us. We're telling us a hot story. We don't know what it is.
I feel like he told us something that's not even real, and now he's derailing. He's derailing our very focused conversation. He's derailing it.
Yeah, this is something from like another year or something. This is something recent. No, nothing new in the news, I don't think, is coming up. This is like from June of 2025. I don't know. A new collab. Nothing about a giant Mickey that I could tell. Well, if you send us the link, Boston Base, we could explore it a little bit.
Yeah.
But if there was Mickey in London, why not? I mean, he's everywhere else, right? What do they got over there? Euro Disney?
Yeah.
Don't they got that stuff over there?
So, Paulie, I actually have a tangential for you. I want your take on it. So first, we're going to introduce it with the tangential introduction. All right, so Paulie, here's this thing that's been on my mind.
All right.
So a couple weeks ago was my wife's birthday. We went to like a nice restaurant, and then since then I've been to like a different nice restaurant. It was my birthday last week, so like I go to these restaurants, and that a little nicer than your usual restaurant, and I keep noticing that the soundtrack to these restaurants, the music that they play, is always like music that you've heard before, but this kind of down tempo. It's like a woman singing over a little like soft drums. And I wanted to know, why is that the trend? Why can't we either listen to music that is aligned with the theme of the restaurant? What's wrong with going to a sushi restaurant and listening to Japanese music? Whatever happened to that? Why do I have to listen to some girl singing over like electric keyboards, a song from the 80s? What is that about?
I think it's all just they're really, when you're in a restaurant, I think they just want to set a mood. And probably, I mean, I've spent some time working in a restaurant here. I was in a chain steakhouse for a while, so I feel like it's a lot of set it and forget it stuff. It's like we don't. Okay, what channels do we have? Are they paying for the extra? Subscription without the commercials? Because then there's that. You go to a restaurant, you start hearing the ads. I feel like leaving at that point. If I'm getting
that really takes you out of the mood, doesn't it?
Come on. I'm here with the candles. I'm here with the Italian pasta, the antipasta, the salami, the prosciutto. And then I got, hey, you want to save money on Geico? Just click. I'm like, oh, God, the whole thing's done. It's over now. That's it. We're just eating food. We're just eating food. Might as well I just could have got it to go. You're paying for ambiance. And a lot of times it probably just comes down to the poor managers, like, we're short on rolls. We got we got to do a quick run to go get some paper napkins, all this stuff they're doing. So what do they probably do? This fakakta just music for now because it's nice and smooth, and that's the end of it. Smooth jazz tunes for you people for the rest of the night, and we're done. So I think that's really, when it boils down to it, that's probably why you're getting that.
I think you're right.
Music.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the music.
Music. All right.
So you were talking about the prosciutto. I'm a big fan of the prosciutto. What's like the most Italian thing that you eat? Do you eat like the gabagool? Like, what's the most Italian thing that you eat?
I mean, they're all. I mean, the most? They're all. I mean, they come from Italy. They're Italian. I mean, what are we ranking? What's more important to Italians here? It's all important. You can't eat just mozzarella the rest of your life. You're gonna get a heart attack in 3 years, or maybe less.
But I feel like mozzarella, though, that's like a fan favorite. Like that, you could take any Caucasian man off the street, he'll eat the mozzarella. You could take any race off the street, they'll say, "I'll eat that mozzarella. I'll eat it." But if you show them the gabagool, they might say, "Hey, that's a little too Italian for me."
Maybe. I mean, but it's a little bit of everything. I mean, it's that's why they got a dish when you go to some of these Italian restaurants called the antipasta. So the antipasta, you're gonna get a little spread. It's like a sampler. So to me, it's like, why shy away from some of these things that you might like? Get the sample of everything that they could bring out. I might have some Parmigiano Reggiano on there. So maybe some people say it's a little strong. It's salty cheese. You got your Fontina, your Fontanellas. A lot of these table cheeses, it's just kind of something that, if you want to go back in time, the old old timers, what they used to have, the jug of table wine under the table. And you sit down at dinner and, Nono Italiano pulls out the big jug. The thing was like this big, and it was homemade house wine. So it's not like you're out there buying like these 10 to $200 bottles that come like you basically pour 3 glasses. This thing, like, you could fill up, a diesel engine with. It was basically like you started with that, your little antipasto. So everybody could take or pick whatever they liked out of that. So, I mean, it's kind of like that's your go-to. So you could start out with the mortadella, the prosciutto, as you like the gabagool. But there's other stuff, obviously. You're not going to see roast beef on that platter. But, if you're in an Italian restaurant, try the antipasta. It's a little bit of everything. You could also go with the pickled stuff that comes out there. So you got the olives, the sun-dried tomatoes, the artichoke hearts. It's up to you what you like. But usually an antipasta has a little bit of everything for you to try.
That's a good suggestion. If you could only eat one Italian main dish for like 6 months, what's your go-to?
6 months of one dish. All right. Obviously, if I were going to say pizza is obviously a good staple. I mean,
Yep.
this is something that it could come in handy for lunch. It could come in handy for dinner if you really have a good pizza slice. I think that's my go-to. I mean, it's not going to say like if it's I would just want pizza for dinner every night, but that could work because then you could do different stuff with the pizza. If I said like chicken franchise or chicken parmesan, you can't do anything different. It said that's chicken with lemons, so that's tomato sauce on top of chicken for the parmesan. That's it. You're fixed. Pizza, you can liven it up a little bit. It's like a blank canvas, you know. It's like you're going inside like an artist. You walk in, you're looking at the canvas. Where do I go? And you can throw different stuff on top, right? So why not a pizza?
That's a really good call. I would have to agree. I mean, you tricked me a little bit because I was thinking, if I had
Yeah.
told you it's got to be like a margarita pizza every night, then who knows? But even so, I
Oh,
think you still got to go pizza. I think
yeah.
pizza is probably something I could probably eat every day of my life.
And people take it personal. I don't know why, but people take it like, oh no, I gotta put red pepper on top. I gotta put sprinkle some extra cheese on top. Everybody's got to what do I put on my pizzas? There's some people want nothing. They just take it exactly how the guy makes it in the place, and it's like, no, I'm not getting those shakers and putting any garlic powder on it, but I think that's what's cool about it, that everybody feels like, hey, I like this more, I like that more. Everybody could kind of play around a little bit with it. It's not just, all right, it comes out of the kitchen, it goes in front of me, and I'm done. That's most of the foods.
Yeah. Well, Paulie, and last thing, Paulie, your username is about cheesesteaks, isn't it?
Yes, Wizwit. You got your cheesesteaks, and people like to do them different ways. I feel like you got to do the cheese whiz and with onions. Otherwise, don't even bother. Don't even go there and order a sandwich when you start playing around, being like, no, I don't want the bread. No, I want to put this kind of cheese on it. Listen, you got to go the real straight hard way here. Philly's like 40 minutes from my door. I'm 45 minutes from Manhattan, roughly, so I could go either direction. But when I want a cheesesteak, I'm going there and I'm getting it the way that it's supposed to be. So that's my Wizwit. As there were times it could be midnight and those places never close. So guess what? Either go to the local diner and you're there eating some mediocre pancakes and omelet, or just drive an extra half hour and that's it. You get yourself a cheesesteak at any time of the night. So can't go wrong with 24-hour cheesesteaks. But if you go, do it Wizwit.
That is great advice. Paulie, it's been nice chatting. Is there anything else you want to shout out? I know you got this big episode now with Gary V and Tony Reale. That's a really big deal. I mean, I think it shows how you're well connected and you're a good guy on the whole, as you said. And so you're able to get these guys to say, yeah, I'll come chat with you about digital collectibles. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank
Kudos
you.
on that. I hope you do numbers on that episode. And let people know anything else or what they should do if they want more. Paulie.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Just keep checking out What Do You Collect podcast, the collecting and connecting stuff. We're just trying to keep some fun things going on, growing the community, and it only could be done by sharing and getting the word out there. That's pretty much it means a lot to like and post and reshare something, only because it's as you're trying to get things going, the more you can reach new people, the more you can get the word out. So it's kind of what I appreciate anybody can do and support everybody out there putting out content like yourself, Tandy, a bunch of others getting some good stuff in the community about collectibles, because we're all one team on this. It's kind of whatever you do, I think it's you're hitting all one audience. So it's good just to kind of keep a uniform team out there and be nice. You know what I mean? That's all. It's real simple. Be nice over here. We're here once. What the heck?
All right. Well, thanks, Paulie. I think that's good advice to close out on. We'll give people a little "We Love the Community" clip, and then make sure you look out for Paulie's episode and re-like and repost and share and comment and do all that good stuff, because it's not every day that you get Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Reale on an episode at the same time. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, Paulie, thank you very much for being here. I know you're a busy guy, and we didn't get to talk about First Take and the loss of Molly. I know somebody wanted to talk about that, but maybe next time we'll talk about it.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Tandy.
All right. Take care.
Peace, brother.
we love